Fest is advertised as being unlike any festival or horse show you've ever seen. WKYT's Jessica Umbro has more from Kentucky Horse Park with all of the day's festivities.
Horses are not just big animals. I mean, they're very sensitive. We all love our dogs. We all love our little animals, but horses are just as important and bring so much more.
Matt Cohn is a filmmaker. Freedom Reigns is a documentary that focuses on how horses provide a soothing comfort for those in need. Another film on display is Rescued Hearts.
Connects the stories with the science of why horses do their jobs very well in these environments.
We've got the design approved and everybody is on board, and we're going to get some donors coming in.
There are also artistic displays at BreyerFest. One that stands out, artist Jocelyn Russell says she's hoping to create a memorial for Cody's Wish, named after Cody Dorman. She says she wants the memorial at Kentucky Horse Park to be accessible for all.
I had two nephews that were in wheelchairs, and we lost them tragically to muscular dystrophy, and so it's in my family. That I understand what's needed for people to be able to experience more of life.
One of the more interactive parts of BreyerFest is getting up close and personal with the horses. Now, Buckeye here was born in Ohio, and he's just an example of people and horses coming from all over for this weekend.
Just driving around this incredible state of Kentucky and seeing all the green pastures full of race horses and every other kind of breed of horse, it's really left a lasting impression on me.
Claire Staples is the founder of Skydog Sanctuary, an organization that in part saves wild horses from slaughter. She flew in all the way from California to be at BreyerFest.
My biggest inspiration was just hoping that I would come here and just inspire these little girls to grow up and be horse girls.
In Lexington, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
And if you weren't able to make it out today, don't worry, BreyerFest does continue tomorrow at Kentucky Horse Park.